Hi everybody, welcome to your core work for today. All you need is a mat for today's workout, and if you have that, it's time to get started. I want to start first by fixing our posture. I want you to think about taking your shoulders back and away from your chest, creating a nice strong frame through that upper body. Think about everything being engaged 360 degrees around your spine, and we're going to attempt to keep it that way throughout our work today. From this nice strong position, I want you to roll your shoulders back and then reach across the body, waking up those muscles around the spine. Let's go the other way with this reach and coming back to center. Roll those shoulders again. Allow for that torso to twist. And one more time, rolling those shoulders and twisting across. Good, coming back to center. From here, I want you to think about tucking your chin and rolling down part way. So tuck that chin, and each vertebrae of your spine is going to allow you to roll forward till your hands come somewhere around your knees. And then I want you to reset back up, focusing on each of those muscles that helps keep us tall and strong. Do that again, tuck the chin. Coming down to the hands around the knees and right back up again. When you're ready, I want one more of these. You might go a little further this time. Coming down, maybe towards the shin this time before you come back up. This time, I want you to come down towards your laces, reaching all the way down and coming right back up again. Good. I'd like for you to come to the end of your mat, and we're going to continue those rollouts, but this time our hands are going to go onto the ground and we're going to walk out. You with me? Here we go. Tuck that chin, rolling down to the ground. Hands touch the ground. You may need to bend those knees a little, keep them nice and soft, coming out to that plank position. And then I want you to bend the knees and walk it back in again. Standing up nice and tall, and then coming back down again. Tucking that chin, rolling down to the ground, bending those knees a little to walk out to that plank position. Once you've found that plank position, you're going to bend those knees a little and start to come back in, standing up nice and tall. Good. I want to do one more just like that. Tuck the chin, roll it down, walk it out, finding that plank, bending the knees, and bringing it in. Good. This time, we're going to walk it out. Same thing. Come with me. Bending those knees, but we're going to change how we get back to standing. This is where your core work's going to really start. From this plank, I want you to feel like you're squeezing your lower abs to lift your hips to the ceiling and then start to walk your hands back in. Come up nice and tall. Right here has to pull in order to lift those hips. So let's do it again. Rolling down, soft knees, walking out, finding that plank. From here, lifting right between those hip bones in towards the spine and pulling your hips up towards the ceiling. Nice work. Now keep going at your own pace, bringing it down, walking it out. Remember that squeeze in order to start that lift. Tucking that chin, rolling down. This is your last one right here. I want you to squeeze to lift and start to bring that back in. Resetting, nice and tall. We're going down again, but this time I want you to stay in that plank. So tuck your chin, bring it down. Come to that plank position right here, nice and strong in this plank position. So that pike that we just did in order to stand up is still going to happen. Take a look. I'm going to squeeze to pike my hips, and I'm going to reach to my opposite toe. Come back to that plank. Join me whenever you're ready. Reaching for that toe and coming back. You need to squeeze as much as you can in order to lift the hips high enough to get towards that toe. Now, if you're right here instead of the full range, that's okay. The more you squeeze, the closer you're gonna get to that foot, but it takes some practice. So keep working through that and squeezing the lower abs right here each time you go to lift. Now do me a favor, make sure you come back to a nice plank. Don't stay in this lifted position right here. Make sure you reset each time. Go at your own pace and reach for that toe. Nice work. Take your time. This is not about how many reps you can do. It's about really quality movement. I want you to do one more on each side. Taking time through that movement. And then you have your choice of staying in this tall position or coming down here to a lower position. We're gonna hang out in this plank as an option. You can drop those knees if you need a little bit of a rest or a reset. Do whatever you need to do. We're gonna stay here for about another 30 seconds. Remember those options? Or you can still be in that tall plank if this is better for you. You choose where you need to go. Keep control of your breathing. Try not to pike it up here. Keep everything nice and strong. Big deep breath. Hang out here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those knees back. Go back into child's pose. Take a little rest right here. A little stretch out right here. Big deep breath. And then we're going to come back to this sort of tabletop position. So I want you to think about your hands being under your shoulder and your hips and knees are in alignment. So what that means is I'm not back here and I'm not forward. I'm in a really nice square tabletop position. And the reason is because we're gonna do something called a flare. It looks like this. I'm gonna lift a hand and bring a foot through, and then I'm gonna reset back to that tabletop. Join me whenever you're ready. And again, this is not about speed. This is about taking your time. And if you need to set down in between, that's okay. Lift slightly from the ground, push that through, come back to that tabletop, take a rest if you need to. Other option is to keep going, but try not to cheat and just go side to side like this. No. We're not doing that today. We're gonna stay in this slow, controlled tabletop. Make sure you're breathing and really, really conscious of coming back to that tabletop each time. Last one right here. You can set back into that child's pose again. Big deep breath here. And coming forward. I'm gonna ask you to use that flare one more time, but just to get to a seated position. So we're gonna work on the other side of the body for a minute. We're gonna do a reverse plank. So that means you're gonna have your hands placed on your mat behind you. This way with your fingers facing towards you, or if you want to, you can do it the other way, fingers pointed away. You choose which one's comfortable for you. I want you to extend your legs out in front of you and engage by digging those heels into the ground. Backside of the leg is working. Then I need you to squeeze your core to lift your hips. Try not to just let it be here. The more you squeeze your glutes or your backside, the more you're gonna get height and you're gonna activate that whole posterior chain or the whole backside of your body. Squeeze so you feel this in the back of your legs, in your glutes. Lift up. Stay here. Can you go a little higher? Can you give me 10 more seconds here? Push through those feet. Squeeze your glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that down. Nice job. Bring your feet up. Give it a little shake out. Now, my feet are planted on the ground. I'm gonna go into a V-sit from this position. So I'm gonna lift my hands, and right away, you're gonna feel your core engage to keep you in that upright position. We're not gonna let that core go, but we are gonna lean back slightly. Now here's your option. Have your hands right here in front of you. You can lift 1 foot, you can lift 2 feet, and if you want to, you can extend full leg. You choose which one you wanna do. If you're bent knee, try not to have them in too close. Have them extended. Are you enjoying your V-sit? These are not easy. I don't know if enjoyment is the right word. Check your posture. Where are your shoulders? Are you rounded out? Open it up. Stay strong, whether your legs are straight or bent. Stick with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that down. Sit nice and tall. Well done. Place those hands back down on your mat. Extend those legs. It's time for the backside of the body to wake up and do a bit of work again. So anchoring those heels in, squeezing the glute and the backside of the leg to push the hips up. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Squeeze to lift. Drive through those heels, extending those hips up as high as you can, and try to look at the ceiling. Stay strong right here. Can you go higher? Push, push, push. Can you give me 10 more seconds? Of course you can. Breathe. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back down, bringing those feet in, squeeze to lift. And you know what's coming next, right? We're revisiting our V-sit. Options, again, bent knee, straight leg, or if you need a bit of a rest, it's okay to come right here and you can alternate your feet. Join me with whichever version you want to do. Try not to let that back round. Tall, strong frame. No matter which version you're doing, you're working hard to keep that spine supported. Remember, your knees aren't pulled in too much. They're out from the body. We've got about 10 seconds left. Do what you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Take a little breather there. You can lean over your legs and release that back. Take a little rock back and forth. And then we're gonna lay down onto our back. So come on back here, laying it down on your mat. We're gonna take this to a bicycle. You all know what bicycle looks like. That's the one where you bring your legs up here, hands behind the head, and you reach elbow to knee. Now I have a challenge for you today. Instead of letting those legs come in towards the elbow, I want you to think about your elbow lifting towards your knee so that your upper body is doing a little bit more work. So join me whenever you're ready. Reach that body towards the knee. Try to think about your shoulder blades coming up off the mat each time. Squeezing right here to bring elbow closer to knee. And if you get a little tired, go back to that traditional bicycle and switch it up to that slightly tougher version when you can. Squeeze everything through that core to lift. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that down. You should feel that pretty concentrated right through here. Take a second here and release that. Well done. We are going to crunch and hold, which means you're going to bring everything to center and hold, and then you're going to reset back down. Again, join me when you're ready. Lifting those shoulder blades off the ground, holding it before resetting back down. Coming back up, squeeze, and reset back down. Up and squeeze. Reset back down. Now when you lift, you should feel all of this compressing, making wrinkles in the front of your shirt. You don't want to have a nice smooth shirt. You should see the shirt go from smooth to wrinkled right here, and then setting that back down. Reach and coming down. Give me one more. Hold and reset back down. Good. Awesome job. Guess what? We're gonna go back to that bicycle. You choose whether you're going to do the traditional style or if you're gonna step it up and try to lift those shoulder blades off the ground. Bring those hands behind the head, elbow towards knee. Ready, set, go. Lift and reset. That shoulder blade coming off the ground if you can. Now notice I am not sprinting. This is not a bike race. We're not going as fast as we can. Take your time. It's kind of the slowest bicycle in the world, and that's okay. Really push across. Squeeze. Stay here for another 10 seconds. Keep moving through it. Three, two, one. Set that down. Can you feel that release when you're laying down? That's how you know you're doing it right. When you can feel everything just go, oh. All right, back to work again. We need to do that crunch and hold. So our goal again is to squeeze and have everything meet in the center. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Hold and lower it back down. Really hold right here. Everything is compressed before I reset. You should feel this a little bit right in the top part of your abdominals, helping to lift to keep those shoulder blades off the ground. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Make sure that you are breathing. I know that's a hard thing to do when we're contracting our abdominals to keep breathing. It takes a little bit of practice. Nice work. Wrinkle that shirt. Let's come up one more time. Squeeze. And set that back down. Reset. Now, you can use your foot for some momentum because I need you to come up to a seated position. Up here. Good. We're going to change our positioning because we've done the front side of the abs. We've worked the back side of the core and the posterior chain. It's time to get some side work in. So we're going to be in a side plank. So I want you to think about elbow and shoulder being in line. It's not going to angle out. It's going to be right here. This makes a perfect 90-degree angle. Now here's your options. You're going to lift your hips either by having your knees bent and pulling up through here. You can extend one leg or you can extend both legs. I'm going to leave that up to you. Lift one hand to the ceiling. Join me. And I want you to feel like this side of your body is squeezing to get this hip higher. Right here, squeezes. And we stay nice and strong. Think about this being an arch right here. Lift. We're gonna stay here for another 15 seconds. If you want, you can start to pulse and squeeze just that little bit extra. 3, 2, 1. Set it down and take a little rest. We're gonna do that same side one more time. Again, knees bent or extended. You choose. This is where we're targeting. So come on up. Choose where you're going to go. And if you want to, you can pulse the whole time. You choose where you need to work from. Right here, squeezing a little more each time I lift. Push it a little higher. Up, up, up. Nice work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Same thing. You're gonna find that strong frame. 90-degree angle. Elbow and shoulder are in alignment. You choose whether your feet are extended or knees are bent. I want you to start by coming up and squeezing right here. Finding that nice archway and you're supporting from underneath. Lift that hand up if you want to. Lift a little higher, squeeze. And if you want to, you can start that pulse. Squeezing a little more each time. to lift a little higher. Really concentrate. Pull, pull. For 3, 2, 1. Take that little rest. Should feel that releasing as you take the rest. Reset that arm if you need to. Right in alignment. Knees are bent. Feet are straight. Whatever you need. But we need to get up here. Squeeze right here. Lift that hand. Remember, you can pulse the whole time if you want to. Each time, higher. Up a little more. You got this. Nice job. Keep breathing. Can you go a little higher? For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that down. Awesome job. We're really close to the finish line. We're gonna come back over to this tabletop position, and we're gonna finish off with a couple more planks. What a way to finish. Why not, right? I'm gonna get you to start in whatever plank you choose, tall plank or low plank, completely up to you. Our goal is to work the posterior chain back here, as well as supporting from underneath. So this is what it looks like. You're gonna squeeze one side and then the other. Join me whenever you're ready. Lift from the back side of the leg. So my glutes are squeezing to try to bring my heel closer to the ceiling. So it's not the leg lifting, it is my glute squeezing to lift that leg. The whole time I'm doing this, I'm concentrating on these lower abdominals, keeping my hips from going side to side. So I'm really engaged through the lower half of the body. But at the same time, this frame is also really locked in. Nice job. Keep breathing for 3, 2, 1. Set those knees back and come back to that child's pose. We're gonna do one more. One more of that plank, and then all the hard work is done. Take a big deep breath here and come back to that tabletop position. Tuck those toes under and get ready to go back to your final plank. Here we go. Lift it up. Strong frame. Squeezing to lift. Nice work. Try not to let this happen. I know when we're fatigued, this feels a lot better, and that's because our lower abdominals are completely disengaged. So we need to come forward and work a little harder. Nice job. If you're feeling a little fatigued, set those legs down. Keep the plank position, but you're a little bit more stable. Keep squeezing. You've got about 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Back to that child's pose. Take a second right here and just relax into this child's pose. Reach your hands forward. Big deep breath. Coming back to all fours. I'm gonna get you to take one hand and put it between your leg and your arm. I want you to bring your shoulder down towards the ground. Try to look up at the ceiling and release through the back. Coming back to that tabletop. Taking that other arm, scooping it through, dropping that shoulder down. Try to look up at the ceiling. Resetting back to that tabletop. This time I'm going to get you to bring one foot between your hands and deepen that lunge a little bit. Try not to curve around your leg. Try to keep a long spine and push those hips forward. And then from here, I want you to push back so that you're stretching through the back side of the leg. Releasing that, and we're gonna switch to that other side, bringing that foot forward, keeping that long spine, pushing the hips forward. And releasing back. Good, bringing that foot back to meet the other one. Tuck your toes under, bring your weight onto your feet, and slowly start to roll up. Taking your time to reset through the spine. Standing up nice and tall. Take a second here to roll those shoulders up, back, and down. One more time. Releasing everything down to a nice tall position, and you are done. Thank you so much for joining me for your core training, and I hope that I'm going to see you again really soon.